Now, a separatist group in Spain is formalising the end of its armed struggle after more than 50 years. ETA began its fight for Basque independence in the 1960s. It stopped attacks in Spain and France 6 years ago, but now an official handover of weapons has brought an end to their struggle. Our Europe correspondent Francis Collins reports.
It was a regular sight on Spanish TV of sinister hooded members of ETA, usually after another attack, another explosion. All part of a violent struggle for Basque independence, one that has claimed hundreds of victims of murder, kidnappings and bombings. Few parts of Spain were spared attacks since the 1960s, including the capital Madrid, targeted many times. More than 800 others lost their lives in atrocities over the last 4 decades. But the net has been closing. Police raids in both France and Spain and the jailing of leaders led to the group giving up violence in 2011. It's now handing over its remaining armoury. It's been a long and brutal campaign that has tormented the government here in Madrid and Spain as a whole down the decades. But with ETA now disarming, the question has to be asked, what exactly did they gain? And was all this simply a futile exercise? Certainly Basque independence is no closer, and the Spanish government has been unyielding in its message.
ETA has chosen to disarm unilaterally. It should do it and should also disband.
Gorka Landaburu is a journalist in the Basque region. He was threatened for years before ETA finally caught up with him in 2003.
I opened a letter bomb which contained 120 grams of dynamite. I told ETA from hospital, "You destroyed my hands, you left me blind, but you haven't cut my tongue, because I am a journalist."
The group did start with stated political goals during the regime of General Franco, but soon turned to violence to achieve the aims of an independent state.
ETA was born in the framework of a dictatorship. In that context of opposition to the dictatorship, it had support from people who thought the same. It brought legitimacy to ETA. The big problem is that it was an organization that lasted for half a century, and most of its killing occurred during democratic times.
But there is a conviction that the farewell to arms is a new beginning, that any struggle for independence for the Basque region will come through the political process, and not with guns, bombs and hooded killers. Francis Collins, TRT World in Spain.